It's the Daily Talk Show, episode 787.
Ryan, John, welcome to Weekend Banter.
Good to be here. Good to be here.
Good to see you. You're wearing your merch.
Yeah,
Good
I'm
boy.
wearing my Daily Talk Show hoodie, and I've got beef. First of all, Tommy, what are you wearing?
The Daily Talk Show hoodie.
Josh,
the hoodie, and yeah, you've got
I've got
mince,
the hoodie.
You've got some mince, some beef.
George, what are you wearing?
I've got the crew neck on.
Yeah, 97.
I've got the Gronk Squad t-shirt on.
You're better than that. Everyone's wearing the Daily Talk Show stuff except you.
Well, no, that's it.
It is Gronk. Gronk Squad is
Yeah,
an
but that's like
official-
a part of the outside circle.
Yeah.
You're in the building. You are the Daily Talk Show.
I see. You mean he's just not wearing his uniform?
Yeah, exactly. And that's my first piece of beef. My second piece of beef is with George.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, great.
Yeah. Do you know what
Okay.
it's about?
No, what is it?
When did you call me?
Oh, yeah, I did. I called you last night.
What'd you say?
Well, I mean, we were going to record a Hump Day replay,
Yeah.
but
What happened?
I needed to do a few more things.
He bumped me.
It'll
I drove
happen.
down, and for legal purposes, let's say pre-Wednesday,
Yeah.
I drove down from the country to do Hump Day replay. I was at a servo in Ballon, which is about halfway.
Yeah.
And he calls and goes, I'm a bit busy, actually.
I'm so on Tommy and
No,
my
no, no.
behalf.
I was like,
Wasn't I doing you a
I want
favour?
to apologize.
He's talking shit because you were coming down to do some errands. Am I right?
I was making the most of my trip while I was down here.
That's true. I do
No.
feel bad, and I appreciate you going out of your way to come down here. But
Thanks.
we will have another time.
Yeah, well,
hopefully.
hopefully the content I prepared is still relevant.
So Amy are going to bring something to you guys. We've had a blow up many a times.
But not this bad.
Nah, not this consistent. This one has been a debate or a argument in the car. I reckon once a week. So Hyundai, great car.
Yep.
Tucson, small size SUV.
Sorry, is this say without pay?
No, it's
Yeah,
just a great car.
that's it.
When you got a great product, you don't pay.
Okay.
And that's not right. That's not true. Anyway, so in the car, it's like a 2016 model.
Ooh la la.
Yeah, those cars, you can leave the lights on all the time. When you turn the car off,
Nice.
you just lock it and the lights go
Oh,
off.
mine's the same. I've never turned my lights off ever.
Yeah, so I don't do that. I don't turn my lights off ever.
Yep.
But Amy's like, your lights are on when we're driving in the daytime. I'm like, doesn't matter. I don't think about it. But she's like, no, you have to. So last night we're driving along the highway, lights aren't on. And I was like, this wouldn't have happened if you let me leave my lights on the whole time. So
100%.
you're a lights on all the time guy.
Yeah, not only does it save you from that problem, but if your lights are on during the day, apparently you're statistically less likely to be run into because you're more visible, even though it's daylight.
Really?
It just makes others more aware of you when your lights are on.
JJ, what do you...
I always have the lights on.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what time of
Yep.
day.
Mate, don't let your
Sorry,
partner
Amy.
change you.
Yeah.
I got to go back to the lights
And so what
always
did you
on guy.
do?
Well, in the car, because, she drives... It's a shared vehicle. She turns the lights all the way off.
Why is that?
Don't know. She thinks it's something to do with power.
I tell you what,
She's like, I'm worried about the power. I'm like, mate, it's got
Save
a
fuel.
transfer. No, it's
no, it's battery. It charges itself in the car.
it's got a transformer.
Yeah.
From the fuel. Is that how does the battery
From
charge?
the wheels going around.
So you got to drive
No.
anyway. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
No,
you
no,
drive and it spins the wheels, which spins a transformer that then charges the battery. How the fuck do you think the battery charges?
That's interesting.
I didn't know that.
You wouldn't
just
know
thought
that, Josh.
That's how
Yeah, I
regenerative
did.
braking
Did you know
works.
that?
His dad's a car guy. You guys don't have a bone in this fight because you don't drive.
I don't drive.
But it's,
So what year was the car?
Great design.
I think 2016. Yeah.
All right, so when I was in here, I took a look at the financials of big media company Daily Talk Show. I'm predicting you guys will get a new car soon.
The business will get a car, or
Hey,
personally.
you tell the tax man whatever you need to tell him to write it off.
We,
But
Well,
what
yeah,
I'm
we're
getting
gonna
at,
need
the newer
something
models,
for
they're
Uber.
automatic. So Bridget and I have the same car. We both drive Volkswagen Golfs.
Ooh la la.
Volkswagen Golfs.
Yeah.
But hers is 2 years newer and the lights are automatic. So they turn themselves on at night.
Yeah.
So she doesn't have to touch them either. but it
Dude,
still
so we
changes.
have an auto setting.
Yep.
You can either just have always on, that shuts off anyway when you lock the car. Auto setting, which does go through a tunnel, lights go on. It's just it recognises.
I hate that feature because I get you think that you're getting flashed by someone.
Oh, true,
but
dude.
But they're just going under a tunnel.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to blow up on the road. So if someone's
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to,
yeah.
I'm like, mate,
Definitely.
let's fucking go.
Yeah. Does that, to you guys, do you think out of the three of us that Tommy would be the angriest driver?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Have you?
Oh,
Yeah, you blow up. When we were driving back from Venture IP, you guys were fighting the whole way in the car.
Oh, but those guys. That's on Venture IP.
That's
Those guys are fighting.
It was mum and dad. Oh,
that's
no, it was
mum and
Josh.
dad fighting in the front.
Who was driving that time?
No, TJ was driving.
I was
TJ
driving,
was
and then we
driving.
did the whole piece on air. It was like, okay, well, let's run this past Ryan.
Okay.
If you're coming onto, so say you're in the suburbs,
Yep.
and you want to jump onto the Monash freeway.
Yep.
And so you've veered onto the sort of inlet bit to the highway. Who gives way? The person who's just entered the highway or the person on the highway?
I think it's the person on the highway's responsibility to get the fuck out of the way of the person coming in.
Thank you. That's what I said.
Probably not legally, but ethically and morally they should.
Well, don't you think that? So yeah, the thing was that TJ was just.
This is not the answer Tommy wanted, I feel.
No, hang on, wait. I'm just trying to work out what
you think.
So because
If you just move into the middle of your shot, you're really creeping lately.
me.
Yeah, you're just not in the middle.
So I think that
Other way.
I think that if you're trying to merge onto the freeway,
Yep.
you have to expect that the car going 100 k's an hour
Yeah.
is the person to look out for. Like, so it's
Or
the
you got to
person
look
who's
out
trying
for
to
them,
join.
but a good person on the highway will know that there's an on-ramp and leave room either by speeding up or moving into
Oh,
the
you
middle.
move lane. That's
Yeah.
not a doubt. But the question was, what's the rule? And so because it's giving way to the freeway, the person entering the freeway has to give way to the 100
Technically,
kilometre
yes.
car.
Technically, yes.
Technically.
Morally, ethically, nah. And if you drove a real car instead of a Hyundai, you could have just flown past them anyway.
Well, I was trying to work out what was the argument? Were you you weren't letting someone in?
I think what happened was, Tommy, you were driving and you just stayed in the left lane and you floored it. And I think the person was coming to merge on and Josh got angry because you should have moved over.
Oh, yeah.
That
yeah.
was
And
that
so
was the
my
fight.
point is that it's too dangerous to suddenly brake at 100 kilometres an hour,
yeah.
which would have been to
But you
slow
knew the exit
down.
was coming.
Yeah, but but what are they meant to be thinking?
Well, so no, the thing
They
is
know the
that you
entrance
know.
is coming.
Well, so what are the? So to your point, if it's dangerous to suddenly slow down, don't you think that you should also be considerate when you're on the freeway around, there's someone going to be entering. Am I giving them enough room? Are they going to have to do some sort of crazy maneuver?
They don't have to do a crazy maneuver because they know that they're entering a freeway, and you have to be very cautious and give way. The rule is give way to.
But you were
cars
driving along
on
to the
freeway.
point where they get to the end of their lane and they're going to have to slow below 100.
But if they're not
to
looking,
enter.
so they're not looking.
And everyone should be looking.
That's
But
what I was looking. I just knew it wasn't.
so
that
you were
extreme.
looking-
Hey,
but
George
it-
and Mace, when you were saying mum and dad were fighting, is this what it was
Yeah,
like?
exactly.
It
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
that extreme. It
Yeah,
wasn't
okay.
that extreme.
Okay.
Wasn't some
But I'm
fucking
getting a feel for it.
TV screen where they're about to hit a brick wall
Yeah.
if I don't move or not.
Yeah,
That's
but
not
it
what
was,
felt
yeah.
like.
But I don't know why. Like
Seb's
being
has been-
aggressive.
Grace, I heard her saying that you're a front seat driver.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm a real front seat driver.
For a guy that doesn't have his license.
To be fair, just drive in the middle lane. Don't drive in the left lane. Don't drive on the on-ramp lane. That's for people coming onto the freeway. Stay in the middle one.
I don't hate
True.
that. I like that.
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
You don't have to
you're
worry
right.
about it.
Yeah.
Well, because then the middle lane is always just jumping into the fast lane if you need, jump back into the middle. But
so what happened? But it was a 2-lane freeway.
No, it wasn't. It's a 3-lane freeway, the Monash freeway.
I think the fight came
1,
from
2.
Josh. You were like, you could have
Three.
moved over then. Why
No,
didn't you?
no, so-
and Tommy said, I don't have to.
I don't know if that's-
appreciate George's.
Yeah, George has his the pink duck that you got.
It's very
given.
aggressive the way he's holding
pen.
it too.
Yeah.
So no, just quickly,
It's a 3-lane freeway, the Monash freeway,
the whole way.
all the way.
So
Are we going to take the cameras down and do a reenactment?
So was
No, it is.
No.
It is.
Eden Rise on the entry.
I'm not sure about
Can-
Eden Rise.
No. So it's not Eden Rise. Hang on. Can you look up the Narry Warren, like Belgrave, Hallam? I have a
Maybe.
feeling that it's you're either
So I was in the middle lane.
which is the left
basically.
lane because it was only a 2-lane at that
And
point.
so the on-ramp should have given way.
If there's only 2 lanes, there's no middle lane.
If
I'll
you,
put that out there.
I
Yeah, no,
wonder
that's
what
a great call.
I wonder what a driving instructor
Instructor.
would say. Obviously, it's like right or whatever, but
Yeah.
it's like the person who's learning
Mhm.
is it explained. You need to give way. These people are going to be going fast, so you need to come onto the highway. Like it's in films, like young drivers too scared to get on, and so in America, in LA, it's like 5 lanes, and it's like too scary because everyone's flying at
Yep.
120, and so it's a scary thing.
I
finding
failed
anything?
my for my P's. Failed
Really?
the test. Yeah.
Once or more.
Once, and then got it successfully the next day.
What'd you how did you do it?
So you know when you're coming up to I was going to say a red light, but like an orange light, and you get to that situation, and you're like, "Am I doing it?"
Mm.
Everyone
did it.
I did it. Yeah, I did it. And the thing is that we probably all do it every day, but in a test, probably you shouldn't.
I thought they would have respected that.
Well, that's what I thought. I was like,
Confidence.
"Do you want me to slow down because I'm in a test situation, or do you want me to give you a slice of what my everyday driving's going to be like?"
I feel like you should know the rule very specifically because you
Don't run
failed.
red lights.
And
Well,
no, but you
technically
just said
speeding.
it was coming up to a amber light, orange.
Well, it'd gone red before I and I
So you went
slammed my
through
foot
a red,
down.
you went through a red light.
Red.
So it said on my form ran a red light, and I didn't know this. It was technically speeding because when it's red, the speed limit is 0. So I was in theory
No.
80 above the limit.
Oh my god.
is that what they say?
That's a lot
Yeah.
of demerit.
I don't know if that's
He didn't
correct
even-
because
well,
my
well,
Well, you
brothers,
get a red light, fine. You don't get a speeding.
some are double. So I
Yeah.
just in
No.
St Kilda, there's a fucking
it's-
prick of a light
Yeah,
that
you
does
get it
double.
twice.
But it's not
Does both.
based. It's not based on the speed limit being 0.
Never. No,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like
true.
above 60 or
So-
above 40.
I would have thought that we would have finished the test and then you get the thing and you pass off. As soon as I did
Yeah.
that, he's like, "And if you can just pull over here to the left," and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, what do you mean just here? Like, there's no street." And he
So
goes,
I think-
"Just pull over," and then he's like, "Get out." And then the driving instructor drove us back.
Wow.
What a cuck.
Yeah.
I think so the I don't like
By the
that.
way, it's a 3-lane. I'm just on
Really?
street view on
Including
the.
the exit.
It's a 3-lane, of course.
No,
It's
yeah, it's 3 lanes and then plus the on ramp.
It's not a country road. Amber light means stop unless
you check Eden. No, it's,
Oh, no, I'll go. I'll just go along the street
go
view.
around
and
the
freeway.
freeway.
amber light means
I thought amber light meant have a crack, son.
no, it means stop
But you
unless
can't.
unsafe to do so. I'm pretty sure that was
Yeah.
it because we went through I told the police it was amber. Pretty sure it was red. When I was young, I was in a car accident.
Ooh.
But yeah, no good. Stop
No.
unless unsafe to do so.
Sorry.
But then there's the admin. If you have that argument, it's like it was fucking unsafe to do so. I had a bloody heavy load in the back. Kids were fighting,
Yeah.
and I just had to you
Mum
know.
and dad arguing about how many lanes in the Monash. I
Yeah,
mean, it was all happening.
yeah.
Actually,
Bloody, is it Eden Rise or is it
shout out to Charles.
Venture IP?
No, Venture IP as well. Venture IP if you need web hosting. If you use the promo code, what's the promo?
TDTS.
If you TDTS, you'll get 50% off shared hosting for your first year. It's a great
If
deal.
you use the code Ryan John, you actually get 56% off.
Yeah.
So
That's not true. You can
your call.
Did
Your
you
call.
see all their widescreen monitors that they got the other day?
No,
They probably got like 50 widescreen
Really?
LG monitors. Yeah.
Mate,
Wish
maybe
we
you
could do
could-
that.
get one.
we need that. What were you saying?
Charles, who he helped produce a 24-hour show from Bathurst.
Yeah.
He just got his P's. Just got
Yeah.
his
Oh,
license.
good on him. Well done.
Well done.
I spent a lot of time with Charles
Yeah,
in the
you
green
did.
room
Yeah,
while I was
yeah.
walking.
That's
Have
right.
I been back since I did the marathon?
Yeah, you have.
Have you?
I don't think I have.
Yeah, you have.
Have you?
Not on the show,
I've
though.
seen you.
I don't
I've
think
been
so.
in the building.
You haven't been on the show.
All right. Well, now that I'm on the show, has Josh mentioned how great he is at walking since? And has he been corrected by
I
any of you
haven't,
guys?
Actually, he hasn't.
I haven't.
Good.
He hasn't. He said he's been doing fuck all.
You did mention it the other day,
I'm
actually.
depressed.
But it was
Josh would
quite a
have
funny
loved to
joke.
have mentioned he was exercising if he was.
Yeah.
What was the joke?
Jess said you're always 2 steps ahead of things, and you said, I do walk quickly. That is true. It's
Did
quite
you?
funny.
But did you then correct yourself and say, "But obviously Ryan is the superior walker as per the
clearly.
deal"?
No, mate. I'm.
He's sliding it in
struggling.
there as a joke, so it's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I believe that's not how
Why
how
do
it
you?
works.
Why are you struggling, Josh?
Oh, just why am I struggling? I'm actually okay.
He's
I
alright.
did. I mean,
You've been walking a bit less. I mean, it's all been a bit fucked up. I haven't been to the gym in a while.
I haven't
Yeah.
been thinking it like I was meant to. Where was I meant to go away? Molitos? No.
That's right. No, Yarra Valley. You meant to go to the Yarra Valley. I can't remember the name, but
Yeah, was going to go to was meant to go away because I always.
cancelled.
Yeah, well, normally I actually came up with a good idea instead of cancelled.
Prevented.
Postponed.
No. Why don't we do accountability culture rather than cancel culture?
Yeah, I'd be for that, but I don't
Yeah.
think the people that
Cancel.
It hasn't got a
cancelling
nice ring
people.
to it, does it?
Yeah, see,
Accountability.
cancel culture is so great because of the alliteration. There's 2 C's.
Can-
You guys
yeah.
worked at commercial radio. You know how it
Yeah,
works.
yeah,
You have to
cancel
have words
culture.
that start with the
Yeah.
start with the same letter. You know what I'm
Yeah,
trying to say.
yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
So what's accountability action? accountability
Does
awareness.
Accountability just doesn't roll off the
No,
tongue.
it really
it's
doesn't, does
It's a
it?
bit hard.
And so anyway, no, I just feel
Check
like
yourself Tuesday.
Yeah, that's
Takedown Tuesday, you were doing that for a while.
I was.
Yeah.
Who was I taking down?
I don't know. You did a bunch of sort of takedowns on.
Well, I took down the Australian
podcast
podcast ranker,
ranker.
but that was Josh's takedown that I just piggybacked.
Yeah.
I took down the Australian writer who was having a go at Mitch Overall and Angry Dad and those. Who else have I taken down? I haven't taken down that many people.
We did a job on 7-Eleven.
Took down 7-Eleven.
How are you going? So I'm like
You're
personally.
projecting, Ryan. What the
Well,
fuck?
so the thing is, so I just feel like
I'm
I just had me having a burrito before. That was like me looking after myself because I'd been
It's a self-care burrito.
I actually think that was fine.
yeah, and that's the
That's
whole
not
thing.
bad.
I couldn't believe when you were like
Excuse me, be very
fat-shamed
careful how you...
fat shamed me for not for finishing the whole thing.
I was just curious because of the size of the burrito if you did indeed finish it. And second of all, I don't think I'm in a position to be fat shaming anyone.
No, but I think that if we've learned anything on the show, that's where hurt people.
Fat people don't belong here. If there's one thing we've learned, it's that.
Absolutely not.
And the last time I made content with some of you guys with Tommy was when we ate 15 kebabs in about an hour
yeah.
and we had to roll home.
That was silly, wasn't it? And so anyway, how are you feeling? Scale 1 to 10, emotional state.
Which end of the scale is which?
1 is
Turmoil.
Needs some help, and 10 being fucking love and life.
Well, first of all, when you say 1 is need some help, I'll always take any help that's been offered.
Yeah,
but
great. Okay.
I'd say 8. I'm feeling good.
Oh, that's good.
I'm feeling healthy.
That's above a
We're
7.
not as locked down in regional Victoria as you guys are in the city.
Mm-hmm.
So the gyms are open, stuff's still happening
I don't
out where
get
we
that.
live.
Why?
Well, all the cases are in Melbourne. They're not out in the regions.
It's not how it works.
Well, that's how it's working right now. I don't know what to tell you. We're not locked down. It's just Melbourne that's locked down.
So how are you here?
Well, I'm driving back after this episode and I'm not coming back for 6 weeks.
Sevs has COVID, you fuckhead.
Why are we all
You're
here?
taking it back.
I'll be the guy.
No, this is we're in a lockdown. We haven't left this building in 14 days.
You thought a 24-hour broadcast was big. This is going to be a 6-week straight live
Yeah, fuck.
COVID in a box.
Definitely.
No, I'm doing good.
You're good.
That's great.
8 is very is huge.
Strong.
I'm getting married soon. I'm excited about
When's
that.
that happening?
October. And
Can you even do weddings?
well, that's the thing. It's as if we saw it all happening. We planned to elope with just 5 people.
That's right.
And then the government brought in the thing that's like a max of 5 people per wedding. And we were like, ha, way ahead of you.
Dude, it's fucking crazy. We get lockdown, and then 2 weeks later is my birthday. 2 weeks later is your 30th, JJ.
Yeah,
So it's literally like
You're 30th.
see
You're
if-
younger than all of us.
Yeah.
Geez, that's strange.
and
'cause
you're older than all of
my
us
neck-
too.
Yeah, I'm 30. I just turned 33. And I think anyone listening would have assumed that Josh was like 10 years older than the rest of us. Is that fair to say?
Well, you thought that I was 40 what?
I think you've just got an old man's soul, which is a good thing.
Oh, you've been called dad before. Tully calls you dad.
Yeah, we've retired that though, haven't we?
Dad or daddy, it's
I don't
very
know,
different
I don't know,
coming from
that's something
Tully.
Dad would say.
Dad.
Stop joking about me. We'll retire that.
yeah. Because I'm retired. So, Sebs, when are you getting your license?
End of year.
Well, you
End
can't
of
get it
year.
now because you can't.
Yeah, well, I
be in a
can't get
car
it. No,
with
but
strangers.
I need to wait until after November
Mhm.
1 because then I don't have to go on my red P's. I can just go straight to my
That's
growth
right.
speed.
Any friction with Grace that she's brought up with you in regards to bits and bobs? Just life.
Okay, and maybe if you've got some questions, Ryan, because
got plenty.
Look, I mean, yesterday we went through whilst we were in the car things that annoy each other.
Oh, yeah,
Why would you
great.
do that in a car of all places? It's a
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
If this episode has taught you nothing,
Yeah.
it's a not
Well,
getting a
it-
fight in a car.
Well, it came up after the backseat driving
Okay.
or front seat driving.
Oh, so you've just done it.
I'm a big front seat driver.
He doesn't do it to
when
us.
he can't
though.
drive.
He doesn't do it to us. He
Did
doesn't
you
fuck
imagine?
around.
Yeah. Do you imagine? Oh, fuck, this is actually a bit dark. I reckon there's
we go.
probably like, I'm sure there was definitely a time.
Deaths from front seat drivers.
No. There was just, I'm sure that I made my mum so angry when she was driving. She said, I'm going to drive this fucking car into a tree, which is a bit full on, isn't it? Really looking
But you
back.
didn't know?
No, we're all good.
Sounds
So
like
anyway, I feel like I always lately have had anecdotes that think are funny. And then, as I say, it was like when I said to Brie, when we had Brie on and I said that my girlfriend Brie said, maybe you'll never be happy.
Oh, yeah.
And it wasn't until after I said it that I was like, well, what was I expecting in regards to a response? But yeah, go on. So what's the...
Well, yeah. So the front seat driving is one.
What don't you like about her?
Nah,
Like,
well,
what
I mean,
annoys
this
you
is-
that she does? Because keep in mind that I met her before all of you. I just wanted to point that out.
Oh, really?
What?
She worked at the gym that I used to go to. We were mates.
Hang
Did
on.
you, what gym did you go to?
Next gen. Perth. We're talking about the same person?
Grace is it? What? Is this true, Sev?
Yeah. We know each other from way back.
What? Fuck off.
You went to the gym?
I knew there was holes in the story.
No, that's good. No, what did you?
No,
That
hang on.
is great because she did work there, but
That's
She went to
great.
Next Gen.
yeah,
And she used to listen to Heidi, Xavier and Ryan.
I don't know about that.
No, she claimed that she did. It was on a show once. We talked about it.
What?
Hang on, hang on.
On our maybe.
Yeah. And she worked at Next Gen Perth and I lived across the street and used to go there and swim in the pool. Play
Can you
tennis.
call Grace right now? Because I can't tell
That
if
is
this guy's talking
great.
She
shit.
signed me up. And I think she was on our show once as a caller.
It sounds like. I mean,
nah.
what do you
She
mean,
didn't-
mate?
I think she won Alpha Bucks. She guessed the secret sound.
no.
She beat the bomb. She did it all.
You're talking
Have you
shit
put
about
it?
me.
Have you? Are you not doing it based on you thinking it's someone else? Sebs? Is that the problem?
No, well, she wouldn't call a radio station.
Oh, but
But she
Why
worked
not?
at Next Gen.
But she'll.
what's
Okay,
wrong
do
with
you want me-
calling a radio?
No,
station?
it's just not her
Or
vibe.
she'll-
Someone from Next Gen called the
we can
radio
call- here we
station.
go.
But did she work there or just went there?
Did she work there?
She worked there.
Sebs is still on FaceTime.
She'll think something's up.
What's
Hey.
happening?
Nothing much. What's happening with you?
We're just on the show.
Oh,
Can I ask some questions or do you want to
Okay,
ask
here
the
you go.
questions?
Hang on. I'm going to pass you to Ryan John. Hang on, here you go.
Hey, good to see you again. I'll speak to you again.
hi. Nice to speak to you. How you going?
Good. Now, is it true that you and I had heard of each other and lived in the same town and went to the same gym than the rest of these guys here? We had the first connection, right?
Oh my God, we did.
Have you met?
Yeah.
We actually were. Yes.
So ask, have we met?
Have we? I actually can't hear you.
Yeah, you say. You,
So when did we meet in person?
Oh, when were you remember at the gym?
See?
It
Oh,
was back
wow.
then.
Well,
Yeah.
where?
At Next Gen, right?
02,
Yeah,
03.
next gen. Yeah. I do remember you actually coming in. Oh my God.
There you go. And I'm happy to have introduced you to 97. Okay, cool. Thanks for your time. See you later. Chat soon,
this
mate.
not come up?
Actually, while I've got you on, we were actually talking about things that our partners do that annoy us.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to...
Yeah, what's the most annoying thing about Mason?
So the way he eats.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Tommy
Yeah.
Jackett agrees.
Yeah, yeah.
What else?
It's so. I said this to him yesterday. When he's sitting at the dinner table, he puts his back to me sometimes, which is a bit rude.
That happened once.
That is rude. And what did he
Why
say
did he
about
do
you? What do you do that's annoying that he doesn't like?
He said hair and face, and then I breathe really loudly.
Snores.
Snores, apparently. Okay.
Thanks, Mason.
Okay. No, that's-
Okay.
Deny it because you've never seen it.
All right, there we go. All right, well, hey, thanks for having a chat. I'll see you soon,
That's
yeah?
right. I'll see you soon,
All
Ryan.
right, bye.
There we
That's
go.
true.
Can you guys please never doubt me ever again?
So
Thank
do you remember
That's outrageous.
meeting her?
Yeah.
I can't believe we've just found this out.
You knew this. We talked about this.
I didn't know this.
All right.
But why
How
did
do
Sevs,
I
why
not
did
know?
you
How
go
did
so
you-
hard in, because you were adamant that they hadn't met?
Well, because I...
97
I
wants
thought,
her all for himself,
Yeah.
like a greedy man.
No, I thought Grace would have brought it up already.
Pretty boy.
Oh, well, I'm
I
offended
thought
that
I
she
would have
hasn't.
heard of it already.
Maybe you're not asking enough questions.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe because you've got your back to her at dinner. You start paying more attention to
What's
one
it
another.
literally-
Literally, it happened once last night because I was
Happened once last
Last
night.
It's well, I had one leg under the table and the other off the table, and so I was sort of sitting sideways.
What
And
was-
it was a relaxed vibe, like we were having homemade
Doesn't
hamburgers.
sound like it.
Oh, it's
And there were-
real homemade hamburgers.
Yeah. Spending a bit of time with a family man.
You're in the doghouse.
But I was on my phone, just
Family man was
Yeah.
on his phone.
at the dinner table on my phone, just posting a snippet to Instagram.
Oh, great, mate.
No.
I respect that.
Respect the hustle.
Yeah.
And
So,
then I
it's
did have my
lifestyle.
back to it.
What do
yeah.
you think from a social media perspective? What should we do? Like, we've had a few blow ups over the years in regards to social media and the daily talk show. Ryan, how much do you think we should be posting? Do you have any tips on how we can do better?
I mean, do we need to go back upstairs and get the whiteboard out?
Man, yeah, what have you got?
I got to get back before the lockdown starts. Yes, this was pre-recorded Tuesday.
Was that what cough was that?
It's a pre-COVID
Checking my
cough.
throat, pre-COVID. I think a lot of the social should focus on Mason's inability to be a great boyfriend.
Yeah, okay.
I think that should be a heavy focus.
That's it. I just worry that we should be careful how much 97 content, like it is the daily talk show.
But you know what? That's such a Josh thing to say because
we need more
because
JJ.
You want to be 50% of Tommy and Josh, but really, we're all just here to support Mace.
No, absolutely
We're all here to
not.
prop him up and make him the hero. And you need to come to terms with that.
No, absolutely not. So what do you think we should see more of? You want to see more Sevs?
I like
He can't
hearing
even
about
post
sex.
on his own personal Insta.
Why not?
Just don't want to.
Got a girlfriend out.
It's
Too
easier.
busy.
It's easier for him to post on ours, but you're saying not his content.
No.
Not my content. No, I get it. I wouldn't. No, it'd be shit anyway.
Josh, do you feel like if there was, what do they call it in radio when they do research and not the ratings, but there's that other one?
Oh yeah, the qualitative research.
Oh no, but it's got a name when they go.
They find out what benchmarks people like.
Yeah, but
and
if,
stuff.
if we did a survey of all the people who listen to this show and it was like rate everyone's personality and rate who's your favorite, do you reckon 97 would be higher than you?
Yeah, no. So we did, and it's by design. We did a.
I made you.
We made all of them. No, but in seriousness, we did a survey, and Georgie Boy and 97 were mentioned way more than us.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, what we.
I'm
were,
not surprised.
Yeah, but that's that is by design because what we.
That's what a person like you would say.
yeah, we designed it. No, but seriously.
I've worked for a lot of businesses who design their strategy after the results to justify them, not the other way. Because for me, and this is an advice for everyone, because I'm an MBA student now, I'll tell you what's up. A strategy
That's
is about your plan
MBA,
for the
not MBA.
future. Your strategy is your plan for the future. It's not to justify the shit that just happened.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
So you're doing
I
your
had to explain
MBA,
that to some former employers. Yeah.
Master
Master of
Masters.
Business Administration.
Master of
Melbourne
Business-
University, Melbourne Business School.
Not the National Basketball Association.
No, that's the NBA.
NBA.
Yeah.
No, but
Imagine that. I'm going back to school. What are you doing? NBA.
Well, you were a volleyball champion.
Thank you for using the word champion.
You were, weren't you?
I'm a champion of what? Yeah, sure.
You're a volleyballer.
Did you play Com Games, was it?
No, not Comgate. I played US College. I played in Serbia.
You really
Can you actually say
Who did
why?
you sell it into the other day?
I
talk
told
about-
Grace that you played in the Olympics.
Can you talk
Yeah.
talk about the test?
Which test?
Remember the test and they
The drug test?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I've played in Serbia in the World University Games, played Malaysia, US College, French Polynesia, a bunch of places. But I'm not that tall and I've got a bit fat. So, but anyway, so I got tested before the
Not fatphobic.
Australian.
Hey, don't work that into your strategy. Strategy is about the future.
Well, so my strategy was to be short and fat, and it's paid off because I didn't want to go to the Olympics. That was my strategy all along. I think it was the finals of the Australian Volleyball League, and the random drug tests after. And who would have guessed? The guy from Eltham High got randomly selected for a drug test. Now the
Is that
finals,
you?
yeah, the finals are in December, which was about a week after schoolies. Bad combination.
Yeah, bad, real bad.
So I piss in the jar. And it's actually really awkward because they give you all this water because they know you get a bit nervous. Like, because if you don't really need to go, pissing with someone watching you is really hard.
Oh, yeah.
So they give you all
Boys
this
do it.
water. And,
The office?
Yeah.
and then they actually say you get to choose your jar, you get to choose the lid. So it's all like, you know, random and stuff. But because I drank so much water, I needed to piss so badly that I actually like ended up spraying the cup in my own hand and the guy's gloves and
no.
stuff. It was horrific.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty sure I didn't pass, right? Didn't pass the test after schoolies. Smoked a couple of spliffs when I was down there. It didn't work out well.
Yeah.
No consequences in Australia. However, I was told I wasn't allowed to play in the Olympics. Now, this is like... I don't know what to compare this to, but I was nowhere near Olympic level, nor was Australia anywhere near qualifying for the Olympic level. So it'd be like someone saying to Josh, you can't be in the 100-meter sprint final in Tokyo next year.
Spewing.
And then you've been like... Okay, but do whatever else, but no Olympics for you. And you're like, sure. So I went to US College and got a degree instead.
So you did, but you did test positive. Did you get in trouble?
No. Except the Australian Olympic Committee who were like, who? Who? What?
That's so funny.
And that was
so
2004, I think.
did you get sent some piece of paper or?
Yeah, I think it's still in the drawer somewhere.
That's
And what did it say?
Just, we've done your test and it was a negative result and it was, or positive, whatever the thing is.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
been passed on to the Olympic Committee. And I was like, okay. Like,
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like literally zero consequences.
it is just getting the confusion on the positive negative. Is like the
Have you got that
which
video? Have you
end
seen
of the
that thing of
scale,
Donald
1
Trump?
to 10. Yeah, Trump
I
saying,
came up positive for a negative.
yeah, it was positive. It was a positive result, and it was negative,
Yep.
which is positive. Something like
Actually,
that.
maybe I did. I mean, I can't remember, but like I said, it was not a big deal. It was fine.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But it crushed your
I like
hopes of the Olympics. It's a great story.
maybe I can make a comeback. I often think I can make a comeback, and then I look in the mirror and go, oh, probably not.
Don't fat shame yourself, mate.
Wait,
It was 25 kilos ago, maybe 30 kilos ago now. I weighed 75 when I played in Malaysia.
How old were you?
21.
That's youth. We're all different at 21.
So we've all put on 28 kilos since then.
Let's just look at Seb's and
Josh
say,
probably lost 28.
say he's the best we'll ever look.
Yeah, it's all downhill from here, Sevs.
Yeah.
Bad luck, mate.
Slightly annoying.
Yeah.
Well, mate, I know you got to run. You've got a MBA class.
Oh shit, it's almost Well, actually, I have one quick question
Yeah.
because I do have an MBA class, and one of the first one was leadership and leadership styles. Actually, this may be for you guys.
Okay.
How would you sum up individually Tommy's leadership style and Josh's leadership style? And are they separate or are they the same?
Is there words? Can you give him a few cheat sheet words if you're understanding sort of?
Okay, some would be like authoritarian, which is very much I'm the boss, I'll tell you what to do.
Yeah.
Whereas others are kind of they'll let you learn your own mistakes and kind of guide you. And then the opposite is they just don't give a shit, so there's a bit of a sliding scale.
Laissez-faire or whatever it's called.
Laissez-faire, yeah. Someone's done year 10 business management VCE.
Is that really what you say? Like,
Yeah,
this is
laissez-faire.
Laissez-faire. I thought it was laissez-faire.
Don't know.
This is why I asked.
He
'cause I
did
don't
business
understand
management,
this.
not French. Snippet that.
Yeah, so what would you describe these guys?
I reckon. Okay, so Tommy is more. He's a bit more relaxed, I'd say, and he lets you go with whatever you want, and whichever way you want to do it. He'll have some advice, but I think he's a bit more like that.
Laissez-faire, please. Use that.
No,
laissez-faire.
TJ is laissez-faire. Yeah.
And-
I like that.
Laissez,
And-
fair, and a croissant.
yeah.
And Josh?
Josh has got a very clear vision about pretty much everything, and he
Sounds
will,
like he's a know-it-all. From your
Bit
description.
German.
and but he leads in a way that is letting you be very autonomous,
Okay.
as long as you do,
You
what,
do
he
what
says.
he says.
Nice. Would you agree with that?
It's not authoritative to the full
No.
extent, but it's like here's an overarching direction.
Yep.
And then you figure your way out on how to do that, and
Yeah.
then we can come back to it and we can give feedback and we can see how you went,
All right.
and then do it my way.
Yeah. Right, and next question. And this isn't necessarily a one or the other. It's sort of how they balance in between, right? So some workplaces are all about the norms, as in like how we interact with each other. That's what's important. And if we get that right, the outcomes will take care of themselves. Where other places might be more, all we care about is the outcome. However you get there doesn't matter as long as we end up there. So you can see how there are different ways of...
Yeah.
And no workplace says we're this or that, but it's just the way it works.
Yeah.
So what would you say? What's your feel here?
I think we're pretty outcome driven. Like it's not. There's no specificity in how you get there. It's just like this is what needs to happen, and then figure out the way to do it.
Yeah. Does that sound... How do you guys feel here in this?
Yeah.
I think that's true. It's also about figuring out the right process from the outcome. So you go, we have to get to this outcome. We do it, and then it's then going back and thinking about what the process was, how we can improve it for next time.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
How's the next person going to do it?
Yeah, to assess yourselves in terms of the norms versus the outcome.
Yeah, definitely outcomes. But that was based on in Varto, where I used to work, where it was very much because it was flexible working arrangements. You're not getting to see when people are in the office. You don't get any of that. So the main sort of performance measure was outcomes. But the things that we're doing now is we're trying to move to like a lag versus lead scenario where it's there's a thing called the 4 disciplines of execution, 4DX, and the things are you have a wildly important goal.
Yep.
You have lead metrics. A lead metric is, say, for weight loss, you want to lose 10 kilos. That's a lag. That's something that happens after you do something.
Yep.
The lead metric is go for a walk every single day. And so we're trying to break up WIG, leads and lags. That's what our next sort of thing is. So more than outcome, I guess.
But and not at any cost, which was kind of what you're saying about.
Yeah. Because some
You
places
don't
are
give a
like,
fuck
we
how
don't
you
give a
get
shit
there.
how you get it, just get it done.
Yeah.
Which is the kind of that really old school Wolf of Wall Street
Yeah.
get the sale kind of vibe.
Yeah. But there is something in the lead where you say, okay, you need to send 4 emails a day or whatever. So, or say
A lot of salespeople have those sort of, if you cold call 10 people a day, averages are you will get 2 sales, kind of vibe.
And I think that's good. I think that there's certain things that you know that if you pull this lever, you get this specific outcome. And I feel like why try and reinvent the wheel and try and guess every single day when if you know you do that, you're going to get the result.
Do a podcast every single day and it'll be a success of some sorts. Bet you'll be tired as fuck.
My final question is, who do you reckon's the best Ryan on the podcast this weekend?
You're the first Ryan.
Yeah, who's the
but
second
tomorrow is Ryan Shelton.
Yeah.
And on that, we won't answer.
It's Monday.
Until Monday. And go, what a shit weekend all round.
It's a daily talk show. Thank you, Ryan, for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Have a good rest of your weekend. We'll see you tomorrow, guys, with Ryan Shelton. See ya.
Love you.